Today we are going to crochet a pendant with a wheel and a hat. First, magic ring. Hook A C8 first chain stitch. Bring the line out. This is ACH, and then the first loop hooks 6 SC single crochet. Bringing the line out, threading the wire through the 2 coils. This makes 1 SC. It's possible on the first pin. It's a marker button on this V. Come down and keep hooking 5 more SC. After the 6 SC hooks, tightening the coil. Then on the first stitch, that's where the marker button is. SSSL straight ship stitch. Winding the thread to bring out the stitch. Then bring out the coil directly. Next, hook the second loop. First hook ACH. Then enter a stitch in the same stitch as the ship stitch. Hook ASC. Still on the same stitch as the ship stitch. Hook another SC. 2 SC on 1 stitch. That's 1 ink increase. The second loop takes 6 ink. After the hook is finished with the first ship stitch, go down to the third stitch, hook a CH first. Still in the ship stitch. The pattern for the third loop is 1 SC 1 ink. That's an SC and ink 4 group. That's 6 groups. After 6 hooks, ship stitch with the first stitch. Next, hook the fourth loop. Hook ACH. The pattern for the fourth loop is ASC. An ink. ASC for group. Repeat for a total of 6 groups. 1 SC. Ink. And then ASC. After 6 sets of hooks, it is still the same as the first ship stitch. Then the fifth loop is hooked. First hook ACH. The pattern for the fifth loop is 3SC. One ink for a group. Repeat for a total of 6 groups. After 6 rows of hooks, stitch with the first ship stitch. Hook ACH. Next, hook the 6th through 9th loops, or 30 SC. 1 SC on each stitch. Ninth loop 30 SC. Ship stitch after the hook. And then 5 trees. Then pick up half a thread on the penultimate stitch. Begin to hook 4 SC in sequence. Then 5 more trees. On the penultimate stitch, starting with 4 SC in sequence. Then we will enter the needle on the stitch that we have just ship stitched. Hook 6 SCs in sequence. On the outer half of the next stitch, ship stitch, hook to CH, then hook an HDC half double crochet on this stitch, wrap around the thread, thread the needle, taking the thread out, threading 3 coils at once. This is 1 HDC. The next pin is also. Crochet an HDC on the outer half of the needle. Wrap the thread around the needle, bringing the thread out, threading the wire through the 3 coils. Then hook to CH. Ship stitch on this stitch. Next, continue with 14 more SCs. Then pick up the outer half of the needle on the next stitch. Ship stitch. Hook to CH. Hook an HDC in this stitch. Pick up the outer half of the needle on the next stitch. Hook an HDC. Hook 2 more CH. Ship stitch in HDC. And finally 6 more SCs. Add the 6th SC, hook the unfinished pin of the SC. Then we switch to the white line, winding wire through 2 coils. And then we have the first ship stitch with just the first stitch. Hook ACH. Then enter the stitch at the ship stitch. Begin to hook 30 SC in this order. This is the 11th loop. At this fin, we have half a stitch left. We are hooking SC here. And then we go back to the normal needle. Take SC on the whole stitch. All the way to 30. 30 white SCs. After the hook we stitch with the first ship stitch. Hook ACH. Ship stitch. Begin the 12th loop. The pattern for the 12th loop is 3 SC. A deck decrease for a group of. Repeat for a total of 6 groups. The deck is threading the needle, taking the thread out, threading into the next stitch, taking the thread out, winding the line, threading 3 coils. This is a deck. Keep ticking 3 more SC. And then a deck. Keep repeating. After 6 ticks, still with the first ship stitch, You can cut off the excess thread. Hook ACH. The law of the 13th loop is ASC. A deck. ASC for a group. Repeat for a total of 6 groups. After 6 ticks, ship stitch with the first stitch. And then stuff the cotton. After stuffing the cotton, next the 14th loop. First hook ACH. The pattern for the 14th loop is 1 SC, 1 deck, for a group. Repeat for a total of 6 groups. After 6 sets of hooks, wear with the first stitch. And then we leave the thread. Cut. Sewing with a needle. Let's pick the outer half of this stitch, and sew on. Tighten as you pick. Hide the threads when you're done. Next, let's knit the hat. Magic ring. Start by checking ACH. Then 6SC. Hook and tighten the coil. First ship stitch. Next, second stitch. Hook ACH. Ship stitch. Hook 6 ink. Hook up with the first ship stitch. Next, hook the third loop. Hook CH first. The pattern for the third loop is ASC. N ink for a group. Repeat for a total of 6 groups. Next, hook the fourth loop. First hook ACH. Enter the needle at the ship stitch. The pattern for the fourth loop is 1SC 1 ink. One SC for a group. Repeat for a total of 6 groups. Next, hook the 5th to the 6th loop, or 24 SC. Hook a CH first. Enter the needle at the ship stitch. Start hooking SC. Each stitch corresponds to a SC. Sixth loop of 24 SC. After the hook, we are with the outer half of the first stitch. Ship stitch. then hook to CH. Then hook to DC's double crochet on every stitch. Wrap the thread around, taking the wire out. Bring out the first 2 coils first. Wrap the wire to bring out the last 2 coils. This makes 1 DC. Still on this ship stitch pin, hook another DC. Next, pick the outer half stitch. Continue with DC. After the hook, we are in the first ship stitch. And then disconnect. Hide the threads a little bit. Then cut the excess threads. Then we glue on the hat and the eyes and wear down.